The United Nations General Assembly made history recently, passing a resolution that demands Israel end its occupation of Palestinian territories. This decision, supported by a significant majority, calls for a complete withdrawal of Israeli forces within a year. The resolution also demands a halt to the expansion of Israeli settlements. This vote reflects a growing global frustration with the ongoing conflict and a desire for a concrete solution. It's about the fundamental rights of the Palestinian people. For decades, they've lived under Israeli control, facing restrictions on their movement and daily lives. The international community, through this vote, is saying that this situation is no longer acceptable. The resolution is a powerful symbol of solidarity with the Palestinians and a call for justice and equality. However, the resolution is non-binding, meaning it doesn't carry the force of law. Israel is not legally obligated to comply with its demands. This raises the question, will this vote lead to real change on the ground, or will it remain a symbolic gesture? The answer depends on a complex web of factors, including international pressure, diplomatic efforts, and the willingness of both sides to engage in meaningful negotiations. The significance of this vote cannot be overstated. It marks a turning point in the international community's approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. To understand the weight of this UN resolution, we must delve into the decades-long Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Since 1967, Israel has occupied the West Bank and East Jerusalem, territories the Palestinians claim for their future state. This occupation has led to numerous human rights concerns and fueled a cycle of violence and mistrust. The international community has long called for a two-state solution, with Israel and Palestine living side by side in peace and security. However, progress towards this goal has been frustratingly slow. The expansion of Israeli settlements in the occupied territories, considered illegal under international law, has been a major sticking point. These settlements are seen as obstacles to peace, further complicating the possibility of a contiguous and viable Palestinian state. The recent escalation of violence in the region, with clashes between Israelis and Palestinians, has further fueled international concern. The UN resolution should be seen within this context. It's a clear message to Israel that its continued occupation and settlement activities are unacceptable and hinder the prospects for a just and lasting peace.
Israel has reacted to the UN resolution with predictable anger and defiance. The Israeli government views the resolution as biased and counterproductive, arguing that it ignores its legitimate security concerns. Israel has long maintained that it has a right to defend itself against terrorism and that its presence in the West Bank is crucial for its security. The Israeli government argues that the UN resolution unfairly singles out Israel and fails to address the complexities of the conflict. They point to the Palestinian Authority's refusal to recognize Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state and the ongoing threat of violence from Hamas in Gaza. Israel's response highlights the deep mistrust that exists between the two sides. For any peace process to succeed, it's crucial to address the security concerns of both Israelis and Palestinians. However, achieving this balance remains a significant challenge.
For Palestinians, the UN resolution offers a glimmer of hope amidst a long and arduous struggle. The resolution affirms their right to self-determination and a state of their own. It sends a powerful message that the international community stands with them in their quest for freedom and justice.
However, Palestinians also understand that this resolution is just a first step. They've seen countless UN resolutions passed over the years, only to be ignored by Israel. The real test will be whether this resolution translates into concrete actions on the ground.
The Palestinian Authority has welcomed the resolution and called on the international community to hold Israel accountable for its actions. They see this as an opportunity to revive the peace process and push for a negotiated settlement based on international law and previous agreements.
It's crucial to remember that the UN resolution is non-binding. It doesn't carry the force of law and cannot compel Israel to change its policies. However, this doesn't mean the resolution is meaningless. It carries significant political weight and can serve as a catalyst for diplomatic pressure.
The international community now has a responsibility to use all available diplomatic tools to push for a resolution of the conflict. This includes engaging with both sides, encouraging dialogue, and holding them accountable for their actions. Sanctions, while controversial, remain an option if Israel continues to defy international law and obstruct the peace process.
The resolution can also empower civil society organizations and individuals around the world to hold their governments accountable for upholding international law. The Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions (BDS) movement, for example, may gain further momentum as a result of this resolution.
The UN resolution demanding an end to Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories is a historic development, but it's just the beginning of a long and uncertain road. The resolution's success hinges on the international community's willingness to exert sustained pressure on Israel and to work towards a just and lasting peace.
The coming months and years will be crucial. The international community must remain engaged, united, and resolute in its pursuit of a peaceful resolution. This requires going beyond symbolic gestures and taking concrete actions to hold Israel accountable for its actions and to create the conditions for meaningful negotiations.
The path to peace is fraught with challenges, but the UN resolution offers a glimmer of hope. It reminds us that the status quo is unacceptable and that a just and lasting peace is possible, but only with sustained international pressure and the political will of both sides to choose dialogue over violence.